And their crews have taken to the skies for this year's Queen's Cup air race. They launched from Queen Square in Bristol. The Cup is the oldest sporting trophy in the UK. It dates back from 1719. Katie Rowlett reports.
At first light, the pilots arrived with their balloons, all geared up for today's race. William Wood is one of the youngest taking part. His team is a duo of father and son.
He's been flying longer than I've been around. I'm 20 years old at the moment, and so I grew up with ballooning the whole of my life sort of thing, and I spent a lot of time around balloons as a youngster.
It's the first time balloons have competed in the Queen's Cup. 13 took to the skies this morning from a very apt location, Queen Square in Bristol. Balloons haven't taken off here since the Fiesta 4 years ago, as the council has to give special permission.
So we've got to work with all these guys and make sure that everything is checked through and made sensible and safe.
Ali Dunnington is another pilot and part of the only all-female crew in the race. She's hoping to use that to her advantage.
We're both rather slim, lightweight ladies, and this competition is all about trying to fly as far as we can. We've also got a very lightweight envelope, so our combination of duration and our body weights should give us quite a long flight.
Pilots don't have to make the flight all in one go. Many will stop to refuel and rest. It's thought by tonight they'll end up somewhere on the south coast. We'll find out who wins tomorrow. Katie Rowlett, ITV News, Bristol.
12 balloons lifted off from Queen Square in Bristol early this morning, competing for what is the UK's oldest sporting trophy. It's the first time balloons have been chosen to take part in the Queen's Trophy, which is awarded for air racing. The pilots have to fly as far as they can within a certain number of hours. They are, however, allowed to land to refuel.
The balloons can fly up to sunset this evening, and then from sunrise tomorrow morning again up to 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. The balloons are limited for the scoring area to the main island of Great Britain, plus Anglesey, plus the Isle of Wight. No other islands permitted, the continent isn't permitted. So I guess if you could get to John O'Groats, that's the best you could do.
Well, let's have a quick look at the tracking page for the balloons. At the moment, Richard Parry from Gloucestershire has gone the furthest. He's reached a distance of just over 90 kilometres.
Air balloon pilots and crews will be gathering in Bristol next week to race for the Queen's Cup. It's the first time that balloonists have competed for the air race trophy, which takes place across 2 days.
The winner's the team that ends up the furthest distance away from the start line. But that's not going to be anywhere near as easy as it sounds, as I've been finding out.
It's a challenge that's got balloon pilots excited right across the UK. A distance flying competition that'll test their endurance and skill and could see them flying as far as Scotland if the weather goes their way. The Queen's Cup is an air race trophy that's been awarded to ballooning for the first time.
It all depends on the weather.
No surprise that the man behind the event is Mr. Bristol Ballooning himself, Don Cameron, helped by his daughter Hannah and a race committee. Don showed me the complicated air map that pilots have to read. They don't have to make the flight all in one go. In fact, they'll definitely have to stop to refuel and rest and to avoid obstacles like major airports.
They'll fly from sunrise until sunset on the Saturday, and then on the Sunday morning again, they start again, and every flight that's made has to take off from where the balloon landed from the previous flight. So the journey will be by balloon, but not all in one hop.
And it's that ability to land and then start again which will make the race all about strategy.
The fact that you've got to use all sorts of tactics to make these very long flights in order to cross as much of the country as possible within the allotted time frame, really it's a very tactical and interesting competition.
Ali Dunnington is a pilot and part of the only all-female crew in the race so far. She's reorganised her entire schedule to take part, such is the draw of the race.
Queen Square would be such an appropriate space. I mean, the Queen's Cup taking off from Queen Square in Bristol is fantastic, and of course I'm really, really pleased it's taking off here in Bristol, which is a wonderful place to fly from, and I really look forward to this event.
A balloon takeoff from Queen Square is rare. It's happened once or twice for Fiesta promotion days, but the council has to give special permission, which it has. This time next week, though, all eyes will be on the sky to see if the weather gods allow the first ever Queen's Cup balloon race to lift off.
Ooh, will they get the weather?
Yeah,
That's the key thing. Ian will be here with the forecast in a minute. Maybe we